cookies.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna re-roll the entire. We're gonna rant about it in character.
Yeah, the new campaign is to stop crumble cookies in this world. They exist.
And we're going
You know
we're
I can
going to
bake. I don't
grind
know
you
Callum
between our
can.
big
Okay, so
meaty hands.
it's
Look,
dark chocolate.
we have a bake.
It's
We have someone who
butter.
knows how to bake in the party. We can go on a crusade against bad cookies.
Look, we haven't, and honestly, I mean, look, I I made the mistake of actually like thinking just like, what are my character's hobbies? And then I was like, oh, we're never gonna get into that kind of pace. And then I was like, immediately just banished it from my thoughts.
You
Okay, so it's just butter, chocolate, sweetener, and eggs. So it's like a chocolate omelet.
Sort of, yeah.
yeah.
It will taste a little like egg.
Amazing. Anyway, let's deliver that package, fellas.
All right, we're there. Yippee!
I don't even know if like half of
16
us are
weeks
asleep.
later.
Well,
No, we were
I would-
starting out with us having woken up and
Yeah.
gone to the carriage.
Yeah,
Well-
you were gone to pick up the carriage.
Well, no, because last session ended off with
We had
them-
established that's where we were picking up.
I don't remember that as being where we had established.
All right, we'll pick up here. What do you want? You were waking up, having everyone had gone to sleep and is now awaking in the tents.
Okay.
You have been delivered a map that will help you along the way, and you know of a carriage to pick up that has some supplies for the journey.
I check on the supplies. What are they?
Have you gone to pick up?
Oh,
Because apparently that's not where we start. Does somebody
Well,
have something they need to do before you go to get the carriage?
I guess I'm gonna go check on Maiko. I'm just gonna
hi.
kind of tap on his tent and see how he and the deer are doing.
Okay, I open my tent and I say, "Oh, you're knocking this time? You're asking to come in?"
I knocked the first time.
Well, you were there already.
Um,
You don't knock on an open door
What?
that you opened.
The comment on the dreams, I believe.
Yes, this is a comment on the dream he
don't-
invaded.
You don't knock on an open door. It's like a hard song lyric, by the way.
Also, you're knocking on a tent. Anyway, I grab my deer and I walk past.
I guess I was just like knocking on like the like one of the tent poles, I guess. But
You're
look, you could've-
knocking on heaven's door right now.
you could have been naked in there. I don't fucking know how you sleep.
Well,
The deer is naked.
I could be dreaming naked, and you didn't care about that either.
I didn't poke my head in your. You didn't see a giant face. You just heard a voice.
Yeah, I'm
mean-
traumatized.
I thought that's why I was checking in on you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Let's get this carried.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good. Everyone go pee before we get in the carriage. I'm not stopping.
Your deer
It's-
already is.
It's
It's
a
Miko, you know we're
2-week journey.
definitely going to be stopping because of
No.
how hard. I
We're
mean,
going through the night.
We're going. We're taking
I
turns.
guess somebody's juicing the fucking oats with
Empty your bowels. We are going for 3 days straight. No
3
stop.
weeks. We're just juicing the oats with methamphetamine.
Well, no, you just use a series of magic to renew. You guys sleep in
Yeah.
the back. You have one person driving, and then you swap, and then like
Yeah.
all of you use your magic to re-energize the horses.
Yeah, we're killing the horses. That's basically what
No,
Micah just.
That's what would happen in the real world in like 2 days. You guys have magic, so you could probably make them live. You would
Look,
hate
I'll
you.
just animal magic the horses to not need to drive a driver. It's like, look,
I impart to you the knowledge of maps. Here's how it
Yeah.
works. Figure it out.
Oh God, it's just like no, they turned you tearful eyed. Please do not taunt us with knowledge again. To return to ignorance at a later date is torturous. How
really,
many
I
times again shall we want for happiness?
actually just eldritch fucking horroring animals.
Mhm.
Imbue an ant with knowledge of what a circuit board is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It truly
teach these
understands,
horses
and
what a
then
circuit
rip it
board is.
away.
Have tech magic.
Yes,
And animal. You
I
can
could actually do that.
you could impart that knowledge.
All
All right.
You need to
So
mind
I'll walk
like,
with
specifically,
Maiko
but-
to see the cart.
Yeah. It's a cart. It looks like probably 4 people could sit inside of it and one drive at a time.
Sorry, I'm very
Perched
giggly
atop
today.
the cart,
It's a cart.
you see a large bird of prey with pink streaks in its feathers.
Where are we seeing this?
On the cart.
I
Are you imparting a vision into my brain?
No, I
You know, Mika's very sensitive about visions being imparted to their
Yeah.
brain.
What is reality anymore?
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
This was because somebody went to go check out the cart. Yeah, but you're not at the cart. You do not see this bird.
Bird is at the cart. On the cart.
I see.
The bird is at the cart. perched
I
on-
get it.
Do you?
Cart bird.
I solved your riddle. I don't get shit.
Me neither.
So yeah, I'm here to. I'm not really here to look at the cart. I just wanted to check on the supplies. See if
which
we
are
were
at the
good.
cart.
Didn't I
Is-
say I wanted to go to the cart?
Yeah. It's all good. We're
Let me go to the cart.
You're at the cart. All right. Inside there's several containers of water, boxes with some food, most of which dried, so that it, some of the fresher stuff for the early part of the journey, and then more dried stuff as it goes later in. Some blankets, changes of clothes.
Yeah, that seems pretty solid. I don't think we need anything else.
Rope.
Love
Thank
some rope.
heavens.
Thank
How
goodness.
cold is it gonna be down there? Do you think we need more than this?
More blankets?
Yeah. How many blankets are there? Because I mean, this isn't like
3 blankets.
only. Yeah, that's 3 fucking blankets for 5 people.
I mean, if it gets
Blankets.
cold at night, we can stop and make a fire.
I say at most we would need 4. The bird is in fact speaking. And
Yo,
just
what
in
the
case anyone
fuck?
hadn't caught on,
That's crazy.
so I can just get thicker fur at any point.
You also notice that the clothes that are packed here are not cold weather gear. They are,
Yeah.
in fact, the opposite.
Also, we're
are
going to
going
a
to a
hot desert.
desert.
It is.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
There is
Well,
also
it
that.
does get cold at night in the desert.
Yeah. You're also going more. 2 weeks of travel probably isn't going to matter as much, but you are going more equatorial.
Yeah, but they still get cold at night.
Yeah.
I'll just
Why you have
flag
two-
down the nearest person and ask them, "Hey, can we have more blankets? Is that possible?"
Just a random stranger.
Like I'm asking them generally, okay, where can we go if we need a few more blankets? If
There's a general store. Like 4 tents down that way. Take a left. 3
Well,
tents down.
three blankets is fine. I think. Miko just curl up. You can just curl up with Junior.
I mean, I'm fine. I'll just create a flower bed.
Just, there you go.
In the fucking desert.
Yes, because I'm
Well,
covered
there's
in
a bit of
flowers, and I can
magic.
just expand that. Are all my flowers gonna die in the desert?
Okay.
We need water,
Well, no-
guys.
Well, now I'm a little worried. Yeah, I think I'm a little worried about running out of water and then dying of
Yeah,
thirst.
what's our water supply right now in the wagon? Like, do we have enough for 2 weeks?
I mean, that would be a lot of water.
I
Looks like
know,
you
I know.
have Maybe a week's worth of water. The expectation being that you would restock right before you enter the desert.
Oh, there's a town right before the desert?
There's at least a water source.
I guess, yeah, I guess
They,
that's fair.
they expect likely that we figure it out. I'm glad we asked for the map.
Yeah.
I am going to look on the map for sources of water.
All right.
Here, let me
Map?
me
Map. I am the map.
All right. Can you shadow ban him for 10 seconds? For a Blues Clues and or like Dora reference, whatever that was just now.
Why?
was, in fact,
Why did the
Dora.
map not work on my end? What the hell's going on?
I can't see anything.
Oh wait, it's on. Right.
Do I have the vision set wrong?
You almost certainly do.
Of course. Token
We
vision
open the
off.
map and it's just darkness.
There we go. No token vision on this.
Yeah, so we're in Everwood right now.
Yes. Going to Ember Hope.
If you'd like, you can also make the squidless and place down a token to represent us.
Which is where we would use the deer token if we had one.
Yeah, Jin, where's the deer token?
Way to call out the guy.
Yeah, just use a picture of a deer.
Yeah, but
Slap
it's
some
expensive.
antlers on
PNG
it.
of a deer.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT?
I'm not gonna support AI art.
All right. So I will presumably, I don't know what the modifier of an actual real map is, but I have directions awareness and
Yeah, I am perched on Teddy's shoulder, also looking.
no,
at the
you're
map.
not.
I
You
have
try
moved.
it, I swat you away. I'm like, no, be a person.
He's hovering directly behind
I
you.
will simply hover.
Putting a lot of effort into flying.
I know a fucked up. I am a I'm now just a fucking gigantic dragonfly just hovering. I'm not. smaller than any normal. I am like actually massive.
The big dragonfly.
The dragon do be flying.
Those prehistoric ones that need all that oxygen.
Probably
I
got
hope
pretty
you get
good.
a headache from having that much peripheral vision. You're making a point out of being extra.
So there's some minor marks of like rivers, but it seems like this map, like
Oh, I was asking what you needed me to roll.
You have
Well-
a map. It works.
I'm gonna say that
Oh, okay, got it.
finding information that doesn't physically exist here doesn't have a role to it.
Okay.
This is like clearly a map that just shows like capitals and has a route drawn on it that shows a couple of roads near here that are important. Like this isn't like a cartographer's perfect map of the world. You can feel free as we go places and as you find locations. If you want them marked on the map, you can tell me, and I will update the map based on how well you do. This is the basics of the continent.
Pretty cool. Is the world we live in flat?
No,
Okay.
mostly just because I don't want to deal with the physics of that planet.
You just
Uh,
don't have to.
I'll just send you my flat Earth playlist. They explain it quite well.
But is it
Did
hollow?
they have spirit science?
Spirit science doesn't believe in the flat Earth.
It's hollow.
No, you just have to go deeper into an even weirder conspiracy. It's
Yeah.
like, you believe in the flat Earth? Huh, you believe in the moon?
So hiya, let's go.
All right.
Let's get started. Huh. Do we have a road trip playlist?
I don't know if any of us can play music.
Only Ninja can, and with MP3s that are uploaded in Foundry.
I was sitting here thinking that the other one was in character.
Yeah, we need a Bart.
I mean,
We need Llewellyn to invent
Nico?
an MP3 player.
I'm
I can make
I
a
Making
right.
a
rush
Titano
stick.
now.
two of you are mind mages. Couldn't you just mind magic music into all of our heads?
Well, maybe. I mean, I
Yeah,
can give you a bad trip.
Please do not.
I can just make you guys hear more birds and things. I like listening to the animals.
By the way, is Junior the one that's pulling the cart, or did you request horses?
We requested horses.
Junior is not pulling the cart.
Junior is
He's-
somehow.
We had requested
Junior is
horses.
too
sitting
good
in
for
the
that.
No,
Or
Junior
you
not,
know,
really
he
wants
was-
not necessarily horses. I want to stress that. We just requested a cart and something to pull it.
No,
We requested
actually,
beasts
right,
of
it was
burden.
technically, I
There
believe
was
you
a
were going to have
possibility of
camels.
camels.
Yes, I remember now. You have two
An
camels. pulling the
equivalent
cart.
animal. We do not need earth beasts.
This is a fucking real Earth camel.
Okay. Look, we have bush babies, and then everything else on this planet is as Earth exists?
No,
Oh.
there's the existence of magical animals, and then there's the
Right, I
existence
will-
of normal animals that do not have powers.
Right, I will warn the rest of the party about Sandwaves potentially coming for the camels.
I'm going to, you know what? I'm gonna call a parrot.
I'm gonna pet my
I've
bush
decided one is
baby.
nearby.
All right, roll animal.
All right, give me a second to get my sheet open.
Oh god, I forgot what I named the bush baby. Fuck. Was it Was
No.
it Charles? Okay.
just pitch a name. Carl. You see a parrot. It does not
You grabbed
It
the
doesn't
parrot.
approach you, but you see one in the trees.
I'm
Looking
going
at
to
you.
try again and offer it food.
Oh. Weird. What is that? I'm upset just looking at this thing he's like gesturing at.
Oh shit! And I exploded. Okay.
That's a colorful bird.
I'm gonna call my bush baby Richie.
The parrot does land on you and grab the food from your hand.
I am now going to start squawking at the parrot, trying to ask it to
Hang out.
hang out with us. I will, with the promise of more food, and then
Just imagine
sing a song.
Sing, and then you just put it on your shoulder.
S- as I'm sure a parrot this close to here has heard at least a couple tavern songs.
I mean, it might also just start doing bird songs.
I mean, that's also fine. I was not specific.
All right. Well, I don't have any lyrical ones, but it just
Bird song, bird song.
It actually remarkably starts singing Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Unfortunately, it doesn't
Thug
completely
Shaker
quiet, so we
just
don't get
starts
copyright stuff.
racking through, just like.
it recreates this song perfectly. It's quite a talented bird.
It pulls out a mini guitar. Oh, a violin, I guess.
Nah, just through mimicry. It's that good.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, there are birds that could recreate chainsaws, so.
Yeah, but this is multiple instruments at once.
I mean, he called it a parrot. It could look a little weirder than that.
Yeah, it.
Maybe it's a weird tech magic bird.
It's a
Just got
free-headed
CD
parrot.
player in it.
It's actually, yeah.
People do, as you begin to leave. People are a little confused by your ragtag group who keeps just collecting animals.
I refuse to believe that that anyone from with animal magic is confused by this in any way.
Well, some of them don't. Some of them have a respect for the animals where they want them to live their lives, and it's sort of like just a knowledge of that. The ecosystem.
It's mostly the plant
The-
people ogling us.
But the thing is,
One
this isn't.
self-respecting adventuring party doesn't
These
collect
animals
beds.
are clearly not being forced to stay with us. They can just leave.
I mean, You can ask Richie if he's being forced to be here.
Which one's Richie?
The Bush baby.
I'm trapped. Help me. My soul is forfeited him. The contract
What did he
is
say?
sealed.
I'm sure he's happy, right?
So is Richie actually saying that?
He
No.
loves it.
I mean, you could totally make that canon.
I was gonna say, like, I'm asking before I relay the terrible news.
Yeah, he's not saying that. But it would
Okay.
be funny because that would mean that he is just starting shit. Because it's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Bush baby does not have the intelligence to make those sorts of accusations. They have squirrel level intelligence with the ability to influence some plants.
What is squirrel level intelligence? Like
Not
singular
high.
word sentences?
I think they can convey
Generalized ability to recognize their surroundings and
They have
seeds and plants.
reasonable problem-solving skills,
All right. Well,
at least in regards to figuring out how to get to location as far as locomotion is concerned. They're not picking locks like a crow or a raccoon might.
yeah.
As it comes to getting into nuts, though, if you face them with nut and nut-based problems,
They will find a way.
Yeah. I just had to Google their diet.
I imagine also a bush baby would probably be slightly more like tuberous based and like root based, not
Actually, bush babies are carnivores.
like
Yeah, I'm reading here that they like eating grasshoppers.
Or also, like, the bush baby just uses the plant magic to just, like, catch larger animals.
trap a wolf.
It's just not.
You guys didn't know this, but bush babies are actually, like,
Pack hunters.
they are pack hunters and they're reasonably high up on the food chain.
Oh, that means that this bush baby considers me a pack member. Yeah.
Surprising amount of forest creatures are opportunistic carnivores that won't go and
Basically
get meat,
every-
but will eat it.
Yeah, like, basically everything in the forest is an opportunistic carnivore.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Have y'all ever seen a deer just eat an entire fucking bird because it fell on the ground near the deer?
A lot of things eat baby birds. Pretty much everything.
Oh no, this wasn't like a baby bird. This was like an adult bird that just like crashed,
Horses.
and the deer immediately just swallowed the thing like basically whole.
Like a pelican.
If you want to talk about things that'll eat anything,
It's so funny and horrifying how big pelicans are and how much they just want to stick everything in their mouth.
Well, off the topic of pelicans, you have made it a day's travel.
That's the day we just talk a bunch of stuff about animals for a full day.
So we don't really encounter anything on day one.
No, you're too close to town for even there to be like a lot of animal.
Can
presence.
is there a way I can like create and like set up like some sort of weird mini trap to catch grasshoppers while we're traveling?
Is this like a road? Are there other people traveling here?
The path that was marked, if you are taking that, is a major road.
I want to practice something during day one because I want to.
yeah, I
A
would
thought
like,
occurred to me that I want to try to work on something as a way to prep for our trip.
I would like to be practicing my body magic.
You should practice some of this new plant magic.
I don't think I succeeded with my practice.
Not six.
What do I roll to create a grasshopper trap?
What magic do you?
I got. Oh god, I'm trying to pull up the sheet now. What's the fucking thing called? I got grass. I guess you could like use
Plant?
magic, right?
Plant and energy.
Plant. Yeah,
I
plant.
got plant
sorry.
magic. I got grass magic. It's highly more specialized than plant magic.
sorry.
It's but
I
which
got,
kind of grass?
All grasses.
I got plant
No,
magic.
that's not
so
what
I
I'm
got
asking.
weed I got weed
is
magic.
weed is classified as a grass for this context.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having trouble.
He has
pulling up my
specialized
sheet
in
right
weed.
now.
I specialized in magic mushrooms. This trip's gonna be crazy.
I cannot do clover. Clover is not a grass.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna use my tech magic to summon a little like a rave light bulb generator.
Can I do a
Derail the entire
cartwheel?
campaign.
Can I do a cartwheel in the cart?
Yeah, if everyone on each day of travel, you may roll one check just for fun, based on what you're practicing or training on.
So
Yeah,
this
why
is
is my computer
a
not working?
skill I have. Do I roll just the d6 or do I roll d6 and agility?
You would roll agility and the d6.
Okay. Well, that's not great.
Oh, there we go.
Apparently, day one kind of sucked for you.
Okay, I got it. So it would just be a straight plant roll to create this trap.
No, plant plus mind, non-magic mind.
Okay.
Well,
see,
that's
what is
where it
that?
went.
Oh hell yeah, that was a natural 20 too, which means I get some kind of mind thing, I guess, because it's a d20 now.
The natural
that's gonna
20,
mean I
that's really
reset it.
impressive considering you only rolled a D.
It's
You rolled a D12.
yeah.
But
So now when it's a d20, I reset it to a d6, right?
not yet.
At the end of session.
Not yet.
You roll with
Okay,
the
at the end of
d20
session.
for the
Okay.
rest of session.
You get your skill
Okay.
next session.
Yeah, and you roll the d20
Speaking
right
of which,
now.
Yeah.
You should spend insight tokens if you have them.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I have 2, so I guess I'll blow up the other die too for the d8.
Oh, I was talking about blowing up the D20. So you can roll a D100.
Oh, I can do. Oh yeah, I guess that's fair.
I mean, it's
do
more
you
accurate
care-
to say you should explode the
Do you-
D8.
Like,
Do you
the correct thing
care-
is to explode the D8. The funny thing is to explode the D20.
All right.
The correct
Fortunately,
thing
in this
is to
situation,
explode
I'm
the
not
D8.
gonna do the funny thing. Fuck.
Tragic.
Punished for not being whimsical.
Roll the d100 just to see what you would have gotten.
Okay.
Still be a 1. Okay.
It would have been a 100 check on building a grasshopper trap.
The most perfect
It was
grasshopper
so
trap.
good that every day my Richie ate good.
He became
You would be able
obese.
to drive the grasshopper
morbidly
population
obese.
extinct if you wanted to.
Yeah. So you basically what you build is like sort of like you generate a plant that's really attractive. Like it's got like a lot of attractive pollen to bugs, and you like
Yeah.
have it in a jar that's sort of like it's like one of those trapping plants that sort of like as they go in they can't get out of the thing. And you just generate this and put it in a jar. You guys don't need to worry about any insects. They all are trapped by the jar. Grasshoppers, mosquitoes,
Well, that's quite handy.
ticks.
Hell yeah. I'll just have it like. Okay, so like the device, it's like a handheld kind of device.
Yeah.
No, it's probably like I'm imagining it now as like an amphora size thing because he
'Cause I'm
he just
thinking- I'm
made
thinking-
a new plant species.
Yeah.
This
can
is
make it
probably
I'm gonna
something you would
attach it
like.
essentially to the side of the wagon, so while we're like going about our stuff, it's gonna catch things.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a pitcher plant, but without a lid or digestive fluids.
Also, I need a suggestion on like some kind of mind sub skill.
Hypnotic.
No,
No.
not
Not
magic.
magic mind.
Not
Oh,
magic,
okay.
just
Thought-based
mind.
Create-
Creative. Creative.
Navigation is also a good one.
I already have enough.
Well, Teddy has the
navigators.
map.
Okay, I'm going to write that down, and as soon as Liam gets lost by himself, it's on your fucking hands.
Agriculture would
It's
be valid.
always.
Okay,
It's always
okay,
on
it's
my
fine.
hands. Because I'm the
I'll
one
put
in
down. I'll put
control.
down navigation. It's okay.
You don't need
I mean, you don't have to.
No, I
Yeah,
liked
like-
it.
Everyone's.
You could
Alright.
gain hyper-specific knowledge about something.
Anyway,
Knowledge, Richie.
horticulture. Anyway. So I want to keep practicing maintaining my lift. So I'm just going to grab a boulder and keep it floating beside us.
The parrot
Uh,
is just maintaining, going through an entire playlist of tavern music.
Well, I hear
When is
nothing.
it gonna start playing the real Slim Shady?
There is a version of that played as tavern music, by the way.
That's amazing. Actually, okay, so we're following the main path here in the middle that like leads past River Haven, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask the group, do we wanna like stop by River Haven and like check if there's anything we
I would
might
like that. I would very
like-
much like to visit.
we
Home
can
one
do
last
like a
time.
I mean,
detour, but we need to
we
like
sh-
carefully approach it.
I don't think we need to
River Haven would be a good place to stop anyway to get water.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was thinking there was like the rivers around it, but we could also go visit Haven again and check on it.
But yeah, so I'm gonna just on the first day while he's making his crazy plant, I'm gonna just focus on lifting and carrying as heavy a boulder as I can. I'm gonna try to get to the point where I can just do it the whole day, basically, if possible.
Okay.
So, I have obviously I have stone. I also have locomotion, which I don't know if that would apply to just holding it. I have molding, which I don't know if that would apply to this. I have lifting, but that's just the muscle skill. So this might just be stone.
Yeah, this is just stone because you're just trying to build up your sort of tolerance on holding magic for that long.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Oh, and last time you gave me an update, I was at half a ton, by the way, so. 7. Oh, I don't have enough insight tokens. Alright. So yeah, I got a 7.
And you were holding it the whole day?
I that was my attempt, yeah.
Okay. You burned 3 energy, but you're able to maintain.
Okay.
How many days does it take to get to River Haven?
It's about a week, about the halfway point.
Okay. So all this was the first day, right? Then we're moving to the next day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We go back to just.
Are we in the forest?
Hmm?
Are we in the forest?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I wanna like look around, check out the foliage. Is that like aware or is that well I'm guessing I'm not using magic to do this, so I'm
It's up to you to decide. I would say, do you want to imply your magic? Like, what are you hoping to gain from it?
I just wanna see like what's around here with my like background in like medicine like quote unquote medicine, like herbal
You have
medicine
to
I
look
guess.
at the plants or have the plants look
I
at
want to
you.
see if there's like something useful for our travel out here, or maybe a snack, something edible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think you can decide between aware plant and aware non magic mind. If
Gonna
you're
do a weird plant then.
yeah, because it's whether or not you have studied the plants to know which ones are good, or if you're just like feeling out their vibes with magic.
So what we got?
You
You
should
got
What
explore
we
one of
got?
those.
a lot of good stuff. You got berries. You passed several berry delicious on this day's travel. Um, you avoid the poisonous ones, of course. You could pick a handful of like blackberries.
Hell yeah, my
Um,
favorite phone. I'm putting that in my inventory. Go
uh,
fucking BlackBerry. I'm the president
several
of the United States.
several mushrooms that you could grab that are edible.
Just edible, or do they do anything?
No, these are non. These are food mushrooms.
Okay, I'm gonna put
Um,
this down as snack in my inventory.
yeah, and you could find some moss that has minor healing capabilities.
Hell yeah, like a band-aid.
You could heal one minor wound of somebody using moss.
Hell yeah. I did something useful today. Let's go.
You're always useful.
Yay.
You don't always choose to be, but you're always useful.
Okay, well that's my turn.
Yeah, on the second day, I guess this is gonna sound silly, and it is. It deeply is. But I do have a plan in mind. Cause alright. I want to try to give the boulder little legs.
Yeah, sure, dude.
Like, cause I had made the thing that could carry 4 people. But this time I just want to see if I can let the boulder move. So just can I do stone locomotion molding on this?
Yeah.
All right. I'll re-roll that because that didn't roll well. You motherfucker. I'll do it one more time. You hate me. Okay, but one of them exploded. Yes! Yes!
All right. So we're on day 2.
Yes.
I must continue to practice.
Alright.
I'll do
I
some
can
energy practice.
I can settle for that roll. Thank you, locomotion. I have a lot of practice making things move.
Yeah. You've made it from a hovering rock into a like kind of stone walker.
Okay.
I have an ambitious question, Ninja.
Sure. Ask.
How powerful do you need to be to even start tapping into like controlling weather?
So
That's
to put this into
like
perspective,
sorry.
the world's magic system is such that at any moment you can try. And if you roll,
Like I'm thinking energy in the sense of electricity and stuff like that, and maybe that could somehow, relate to
You're-
Making
clouds
lightning
and like being able
is-
to summon clouds and summon electricity.
Making lightning is easy. Making the rain is
Well, rain
different.
would be a consequence of making the clouds appear.
You
But the
don't.
clouds are water
clouds
vapor, and you
are-
can't control water.
Also, not a prerequisite for mate. You can. I'm pretty sure
It's a
energy
higher
can just
chance.
Sith lightning.
yes, they can. But what he is pitching is what I'm picturing you doing is that thing that Sasuke did in his fight versus Itachi, where he like lightning to the sky to summon clouds to bring down more lightning.
Okay, that is, I guess, one way to do it.
Um,
I'm basically I'm wondering if there's like a way to tap into like the idea of changing weather just because we're going into a desert, so that power would be nice.
well, you can't summon rain because rain is water, and you cannot control
Yeah,
water.
I know, but again, the chances of rain happening naturally is higher when clouds are in the sky.
Yeah, but clouds are also water. But I guess you're using, your. I believe the influence there is that static electricity in the, sky builds up.
I don't know the
into
science of it,
things.
which is
So-
why I'm asking.
What he could theoretically do if out of game, all right, taking a step back, talking to Lag and Ninja, if his character was really curious about weather, would be in the purview of energy is control how hot or cold the air is above him, and that might influence the weather.
True. At that point, you might make condensation and escape
Yeah,
water
that
from the air.
might
ener-
influence weather patterns.
Energy has such an interesting mark of like what counts as energy.
Pitch a thing, and I'll tell you if it's energy or not.
Well, he just did.
Yes, changing hot and cold. Heat and cold are both forms of energy.
It's kinetic energy because it's probably
You
busted,
can make
so-
wind. You could make a
Yeah,
tornado.
you know what? I'll do that then. I'll practice being able to change. It's the word humidity of the air.
You're wanting the ambient temperature, right? You're wanting to make it hotter or colder.
Yeah, I want the ability to make like an area around me and my party like hotter or colder,
That's
depending on.
just ambient temperature roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
roll energy for that.
Humidity
Like
is the water in the air, which would
Which
not
again
be.
is illegal. We haven't gotten into that. If someone wants to know why, we can get there eventually.
No, I
You should
think
explode that.
I
if you
don't have
can.
any insight token.
You can spend an energy to.
Yeah, that's true.
you simply should.
The man has been graceful enough to not roll any encounters so far. Well, fucking hell.
Local man bursts into flames in his cat in the
All right,
cart.
D10.
All right. So, question: are you making it hotter or colder?
I guess when we're sitting here and we're going through the jungle, and I notice that me and my companions might be like sweating a little bit from like the general environment. It's like if you're stuck in the Amazon, and it gets really humid or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
And so I basically just close my eyes and I try to just sense the energy around us, and I try to slowly but surely change it to be all right, let's say that I just make winds kind of appear in an area where they wouldn't, because we're so in like thickly in a forest. It wouldn't be natural for wind to make it in here.
Okay. But also, what area are you wanting to affect it?
I want it around the car, so basically around all of us.
Okay. You burned an energy for this, but the ambient.
Do I? Oh, yeah, I burn a second energy.
Yes, the ambient temperature drops by about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 3-ish degrees centigrade, maybe.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, that could be useful for where we're going. Didn't know I could do that. That's amazing.
Dave, no! You knocked over Dave.
Oh no.
I'm gonna like hop out of the cart and like help push Dave up.
Who is Dave?
Dave is the like the boulder with kind of wobbly malformed stub legs.
Oh, okay.
It's actually closer to like 5 degrees in your temperature.
I'm gonna be honest, you can say whatever you want. I'm not keeping track of
Yeah.
the actual temperature.
Motherfucker comes out here and says, I'm going to change the temperature. Changes the temperature. I tell him how much he changes the temperature. I do not care how much the temperature has changed.
As long as it has.
Freeze his toenails off, Chief. Then he'll care.
Alright, but yeah, so that's my role for today.
Alright, so who all has done one? So,
Jin.
Jin has done one.
I did.
Okay. Because I missed it higher up.
I got berries. Oh, can I give some berries to Junior?
Yes.
Hell yeah. I give some berries to Junior.
I like questions like that, because, like, what if I, as a DM, did say no? No, you can't.
No, actually, Junior is deathly allergic.
No, Junior
can do
doesn't
this,
have
but
mouth and
they
just
will
has
die.
photosynthesis.
Yeah, he mostly does photosynthesize, because he is a big...
Well, but it's nice to have a snack sometimes.
Yeah.
He, in fact,
Let
pierces
Junior
you.
have a little treat. God
See,
damn.
I'm removing the berries from my inventory. I'm just giving all my berries to Junior
Junior can have a little salami.
as a treat.
No, he's actually part slug. The salt will kill him.
Oh,
Does he
man.
like it?
Yeah. He's a fan.
Hell yeah.
He a fan, he a fan, he a fan.
Did Lag do a roll?
I did not. Keep practicing plant. Another one.
You stack
Just
in
killed an
those.
entire tree both times.
The entire insect supply has gone bad.
Yeah. So I think going forward, what we're gonna do is everyone just plan out what you're gonna do on those days, and we can roll them at the end. That way, we can get some stuff done. Um,
Okay.
day 3, I do need everyone to roll awareness though.
Okay,
Okay.
I know what I'm gonna do the rest of the days.
Does a search apply to this roll?
I don't see shit.
Here,
I'm asleep again.
this is
this
not
wind
really
sure is cold.
searching. This is
I get an insight token, right?
yes. If you fail the roll, you get an insight token. That's
Hell yeah.
that maintains even in downtime. This any roll that isn't good gets you an insight token.
Can I effectively like airbend on amateur level now?
I mean, if that's what you're trying to do with your energy, yeah.
Yes, you can. You can move wind. Yes,
Holy shit.
I cannot allow you to legally say that you're airbending. They will come and they will kick the
Yeah,
shit out of
sorry,
me.
I have a control bending. Oh shit.
I'm saying bending, you son of a bitch.
I'm gonna bend your neck.
Okay, so 2 13s. Both of you notice you're kind of far enough back that you're far enough away from the city that you're kind of reaching the path, like nearly where you came up to the city. And the plants around here have grown more rapidly than you would have expected for how short of a time you were in the city.
Here, Richie has some insects.
You have any feelings about that?
Any emotions?
I don't have like a large sample size of experience. Do they look so there's just a lot of them?
There are new plants, and the plants that were here are larger.
Okay. I guess I'll lift up just like a a bunch of like palm-sized rocks. And I'll just kind of like whisk them out into the like brush to see how if the plants like react to like plants like dense foliage, or if like they react like they got like a sentient creature that got pelted by like a wicker ball.
They react like plants.
Okay, so it's just dense, hyper dense overgrowth.
Yeah. And you notice vaguely that the density increases over near where you know that cave is.
Oh, where we were. Oh. Huh. look, look. Do you want to check out? We could check it out. What do you think?
Are you talking to like the party?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What? What's happening? I wasn't paying attention.
I think all of this is because of the cave with the where we did the ritual stuff.
Well, then couldn't we ask
It well
Junior?
could be.
Yeah, sure.
I will
guess.
ask Junior if he
I mean,
knows anything
Junior
about why this
doesn't
is
talk.
happening. I can talk to animals.
Well, he's not an animal.
We all are.
Everything
Even
He's
gods
special.
are animals.
Even
He's a Pokemon.
Junior is an animal.
Beer Jesus is an
He's
animal.
a Pokemon, very
Yeah,
non-animal.
Pokemon, famously non-animal.
Pocket monster. He's a monster.
Regardless,
We
Monsters
literally
are
all have
animals.
spoken to Junior through the mental link.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
So what are you asking, Junior?
if Junior knows what caused the overgrowth. Or
Hmm.
has any idea what might have.
He basically says, "Mother free, mother regeneration, plants
Okay.
bloom."
So, guys, this is definitely because of us.
Is there a risk of overgrowth?
Maybe.
Like, okay,
That's
what
not-
do I
I-
sense anything as like a person from the plant people?
If there is a risk of overgrowth, I don't think there's anything we can do about it, Liam.
You can sense that a intense amount of plant magic is being funneled into these plants.
Like by nature itself, or by some external force that isn't necessarily related to the goddess or god, beast, whatever the fuck.
It's probably related to the beast.
Okay.
That's
Do I also sense a connection to the beast, like as if it's it's come back and I can feel it in the world now?
No.
Okay, so I don't sense
Roll-
anything from Junior's
Anyone who wants
direction.
to can roll plant magic about it.
Okay.
If you have plant
I'm-
magic.
I'm
Aw,
gonna
shit.
add a lore roll on that.
Oh, it
'Cause-
exploded.
This is
Oh,
like
nice.
my thing.
Yeah. Shit, dude, I'm popping off.
Alright, let's see. I'll
I will spend
I'll
2 insight tokens for
explode.
that to explode again.
Yeah.
I'll explode my D6.
Oh, I was out. What are we rolling?
Plant magic, if you want. It's up to
Hell
you.
yeah.
Dude, I'm on a hot streak. I exploded 3 times in a row.
Do I
Hey,
increase
go ahead
the
and-
sub-skill dice now?
No.
Okay.
The subskill dice only goes up at level ups.
So would that be another D6 or a D8 like I did?
What do you mean? Did you
I
explode the D6? If it's just another,
Yeah.
it's another D6.
Okay, then I need to reroll that. Yay, me. Fuck.
You deserve that. Maiko, you should explode your D10.
If you have the token.
You think I should use 2 insight tokens for this?
2 insight
mean, I
tokens is a
would.
good deal.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing that.
Can't take them with you, you know.
Or you could use two
Yeah,
energy.
Well,
So just to collect the numbers here, we got.
oh, by the wait,
12.
pause. We slept, right? Do I get all my energy back?
Yes,
My minor injuries too?
you get 1 minor injury per day you've slept so far.
Well, we're on day 3, right?
This is day 3.
I'm constantly sleeping.
Yes. Well, is anyone keeping watch?
I mean, that's what's the aware,
I've been
right?
keeping watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the aware was to check if you noticed the plants are
I mean,
surging.
I assumed that if you wanted us to be aware of our surroundings, you would have made us roll for the awareness of our surroundings all the time.
Oh, you have to tell me if somebody's taking watch.
Alright. So not only do we have our 5 rolls, we will be adding 10 aware checks. Got it.
Only if you are going to keep watch, which does have a cost.
I'm definitely going to be keeping watch.
I love that we're
We'll
really
be keeping
pushing
watch as
all
well
these dice.
if we need multiple shifts.
Everybody's fiending for the dice.
I'm just like
I must
how
have
silly it
more.
is. I will join you on the first 3 watches. But anyway, while he does, he has to look through these dice.
Yeah, I've basically figured it
didn't-
out.
I didn't roll very well on my plant checks. I don't know why. I guess it just doesn't like me. And for some reason, I didn't get any insight tokens either. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm caught
Oh, yeah.
somewhere between a failure and a success.
Right in the
Okay.
middle. You don't sense that they have returned, but you sense that this is a sign of a return.
Oh, that's ominous.
Y'all
It's- it-
opened Pandora's box. You know, like
You know, we let something out, and it could either be the god or the guy that killed himself for the god,
or both.
or both. Fuck it.
Or a secret third thing.
That would be fucked up, because Jin didn't sense the third shit.
Yeah.
See, now I'm imagining just a giant plant centaur. It's like, why did you do this to me?
So yeah, the other 4 days, are we gonna?
You save
through
you
them.
save those. Nothing on this major road. There's not a lot in terms of like danger. You are following a main path, and danger will only really come when you enter the desert, because this area is patrolled, right? Like the forest rangers basically keep this road safe. There's not really a chance of bandits or anything. So you travel for 4 days and do make it back to Riverhaven. You want the map of Riverhaven?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
As it is now, show us that. Show us the darkest dungeon before you rebuild the town map.
Just in your mind's eye, imagine that none of these buildings are here and they're all rubble and ash.
All of them are rubble?
The
They're
whole
all
town
gone?
is gone.
Except maybe the church, because it was made out of stone.
The
Yo,
church,
this town got nuked.
the church is still standing, but is in disrepair.
Yeah, this is fucked up.
All right.
But
How did
yeah.
we not see this from far away?
I mean, we probably did, but we were running away.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
When you ran
We
away,
were
half
aware.
the town was on fire.
Yeah, but I'm
Well,
just saying
yeah.
that like
You think that just
I
stopped?
meant I meant this time around.
Oh,
Like
no,
we
yeah,
came
you-
here from further away.
You probably saw this from a mile out.
And still decided, yeah, let's check it out. By the way, is anyone else just in the gray void?
no.
no.
Okay.
No.
No.
Try reloading the
Guess it's
page.
a me issue then. I'm gonna reload the page.
But yeah, while we're here, I want to investigate 2 locations.
Yeah, okay.
I want to go to the approximate like area of where my home used to be.
Yeah, the approximate rubble that you know the streets are still pretty much like you can kind of see the street
I'm
layout.
just saying, I'm leaving it open for like the idea of maybe I, it would be hard to tell with
Yeah.
all the.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll investigate that area. Just kind of look around the rubble a bit, see if I can find anything. Which would be, I guess, a aware roll.
Yep.
I don't find shit.
Yeah, actually, you don't know this as a character, but you are not actually. You didn't go there. You're actually like one street
I went,
further
like,
north.
here.
You're
I'm
investigating
searching
a
too.
totally different place. What are you searching for?
All right. Nothing special, really.
I was mostly. You've already fucked up your search enough that
We're in Riverhaven, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a headache.
Yeah, you're in Riverhaven. What are you searching for?
Any evidence as to what direction the people and that were here ended up going?
I'm currently
I'm
searching
trying
for
to find
myself.
traces.
My token is gone.
Oh,
I died.
why is your token gone?
I think when I
Ooh,
said I
my
was in the
aware
gray
exploded.
void, I think I was somewhere
also
like
gonna
on the
spend an
gray
insight token.
background. But now it booted me to the map, but I think my token is still out there, thank you. Thank goodness.
My secondary spot will be over here.
Hey, I'm gonna spend 2 more insight tokens.
Okay.
To really get some laddering done.
On this particular area, I'm basically looking for anything that would perhaps be related to Bernard in any way. Like it's such a
Oh my
far
God.
stretch, but just anything
Yeah.
about like
You love
him
that
or
guy.
the other guards. Like just anything that would be like, oh, this is the plan for us in case of emergency, or like what is our plan? What are we doing? Like just anything really.
Okay, so just to handle the Llewellyn roll here, that is the 19 on the first one, and then
18
20
I get 19 on the first one, and then 22 on
22.
the second one.
plus 4. The 26 plus 19, 40, 45? Is that 45?
That sounds about right.
Okay. With a 45, you know that people have been back here to try to look at and recover anything. The reason, like, many of the houses are stone. There's been a lot of this that was force damage as well as fire, right? People have gone in and recovered items and gone out. Every one of the there are paths that seem to lead in every direction out of the village. No one seems to have stuck around that much to try to rebuild.
So, is there anything specifically for the party members' houses that might inform us as to where they might be headed? Like, I mean, just to borrow the Skyrim, like shadow marks. Not necessarily that I would know what it means.
Yeah.
But just like,
Oh, actually, is the body of one of the cloak people still here?
No.
Can I do a thing?
But well, you roll the thing that you want to roll, and to clarify, um, you know that um, you see evidence that all 4 families that are alive did come back to the village. None of them had any problem before that. So they all came back and checked the houses.
Okay. I wanna check on the church where I'm at because if I remember correctly,
Mhm.
this is where I encountered the human mask guy and the other guy.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, I had reason to believe that there's a way into the like tunnel under this thing.
Yes.
So I want to check that out if there's like any evidence that people have come through there. Is it like aware? Is that an
Yes.
investigation check?
If you
Okay.
have an investigation subskill of aware, you can roll that.
I do
but
not.
It's just aware otherwise.
Unless this is lies. Shit. I had a good idea. I couldn't do it.
You can spend an energy to re-roll.
Yeah, I'm
Or
gonna do it
succeed.
again. I'm gonna do it again. Well,
With a 6,
Does
you
anything-
know where the thing is, the entrance to the tunnels. I'll give you that you think it's unlikely that those masked people found this entrance because it's not been
Okay.
disturbed. And as you open it, you do see that the stone that like there's specifically a stone that is moved in place to block the tunnels when people are going through so that they don't get followed. And that has been moved and shifted into its place.
Okay. So, the people I know have gone through here,
Yes.
is what you're implying. Okay.
Okay, before we
I
get
tell my fellas about this in case anyone cares.
does Callum or Teddy want to search for anything?
Yeah. I'm just looking through the rubble of the tavern, see if anything was left behind, or if there, what's left, I guess.
Yeah. The tavern isn't fully because it was a stone built tavern, it's not burnt down, but it's been mostly collapsed. Um you can probably find like a small barrel of alcohol if you want. But what you do find, um, you spot an out of place stone, not like a building stone. Like it's too smooth and too it's like a perfectly round rock.
Suspicious rock.
All right, I'm gonna pick it up.
As you grab it, without even having to use the magic, you can tell that it's hollow.
I guess I will just kind of try to like twist it, just kind of like holding my palms to it. and
It
see if
does
it'll-
twist open, and inside there's a note.
Okay. I'll read the note.
Do you want it read out loud or sent to you directly?
Send it to me.
Hello.
I'm writing a note real quick. You know, it's just I didn't have this on hand, so I actually had to type this.
It's amazing how many things we find that Ninja's just like, well, fucking alright.
But yeah, that's what tabletop RPGs are.
Yeah, time to make up.
Ah!
If you do too much prep, it's only a guarantee that your players will never see that and instead deep
No,
down
that-
care about only other
see-
things.
Dude,
You
imagine
could
a
just
hollow
railroad
rock.
us.
You
But
see, that's the secret part about doing too much prep. What you do is you actually just make it so whatever you don't place the things. It's just you make the prep and then wherever they search, that's where it is.
Yeah, but a note from his parents specifically, spoiler, would be kind of odd if you found it in the middle of the desert.
Oh, yeah,
It
sorry,
could
Just
have
I
go
gotten
on
wasn't
and
lost.
hide
You
including
in
just
that, don't worry
changed what
about it.
the things were and that they were going to the energy capital. Bada bing, bada boom.
You just go off vibes and prep for things they predict.
While he's doing that, I am just going to like go through the motions of sweeping up the tavern and like preparing a meal.
I guess
'Cause,
with nothing better to do, I'll just make my way over to where like other people are, and I'll help you.
By the way, to talk about your role for looking at stuff, you see nothing that leads you to know anything about what happened to Bernard.
Yeah. Okay.
Take an insight token from. Okay. Anything else?
Okay, so I'll see if they left anything behind in the church.
So you're meaning the church that Father Daniel was at, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If the hackers left anything there.
I do think that one basically got exploded.
Roll a body magic plus any of your your non-magic mind related medical skills that you have.
My mind-related medical skills?
Yeah, like if you have any extra medical related skill on, like
Oh.
at base it's just mind, non-magic mind plus body. But if you have
Okay, I
any
don't have any
subskills,
on mind, but yeah.
but just those two at least.
Spend an insight token, make the D6 explode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Spend 3 energy, explode.
You know what's good? Let's re-roll the D10.
Ah, 3 energy and explode it. Rerolling is a lie.
Okay.
You don't believe in gambling like Lag does. That's 20, 30.
Wound
37.
yourself and explode it.
You're good.
Alright, fine,
Good
we're
at this.
gambling again.
All right, you're worse off, but you're still good. You're good. Stop.
99% of gamblers stop before they explode into a D20.
And then directly into a D100.
It is-
You can do it.
It is odd to you that the skeleton of Father Daniels was still left here. And looking at it, you
That
can
wasn't
tell
Father Daniel.
that the skeleton isn't his.
Oh,
Huh?
he's still out there.
Fucking Llewellyn across the town. Fangs extend. He's like,
Unironically, yeah.
had no intention of killing Father Daniel before. Now, a
No,
challenge.
Only reason that after seeing that there was not an intention of killing Father Daniel because shit was going down and he thought he was already dead. Was actually a little upset somebody else beat him to it.
In retrospect, it was pretty odd he got perfectly green goblin grenaded.
Father Daniel was the inside man.
Yeah. It's noticeably like a foot shorter than he would have been. Like it just like bones don't line up.
Llewellyn carves a name into his thigh.
Now I got body magic. I can just like make a tattoo out of skin pigmentation.
Yeah, but scarification is more metal.
Throw an additional arm just to keep tally marks.
He uses he uses tech magic to give himself an LCD screen tattoo.
You just guys get separated from him for like a week and then come back and well, it's just a series of rotating discs and eyes.
Body magic shapeshift other people that want to be shapeshifted.
With great effort, yes.
Okay,
Oh
interesting.
no. That's a dangerous thing you have just informed me of.
You will get your beach body in 3 weeks' time.
Oh no, it was much more sinister than that.
Yeah, obviously.
As long as they want to. Hey, looks over at mind magic.
It just becomes body horror if I can do it to
I'm-
people that don't want to be shapeshifted.
I'm gonna tell
Look,
you, with great effort, you could do it willingly. With extraordinarily great effort, you can probably do it unwillingly.
I mean, no, look, you just use the mind magic to just make it body horror anyway. Just make them want the thing, and then do the thing, then make them not want it anymore.
It'll probably take an extraordinary amount of effort.
Yeah, so y'all good? You have anything else you want from town?
I'm good. We just need water.
All right, roll a water check.
Roll a drown check.
Well, no,
As I have
that's based on
forcefully shucked you into the river.
that's how based on how well the water check goes.
We're rolling a water check.
Joke because there's not a water skill, but
Water lore. I have developed the 8th type of magic. It's water.
here's the water is as old as water is. It's a chemical compound. It's as old as the composite elements, which means practically
older
forever.
than the sun.
Yeah. So, collected your water.
Well, maybe it's not older than the sun on this world.
Yeah, the sun was fabricated, but it was made by the gods, and thus is older than time itself. All right, well, if we're good, we're back to the world map as you travel ever southward. Because you made the detour, I do want to ask: Do you take the path that leads you to where the quote unquote Emperor Stone is?
No, it doesn't even occur to me. I would like to roll to see how
yeah.
well I make food.
Like a cooking check?
Yeah, what does that entail? I guess is that a mind or social check? I think it's
Would be
social.
aware?
I'm gonna assume it's social.
Yeah, I think it's.
It's called social studies. I'm gonna think it's a social check.
You know what? I think it's. I think it's not magic mind if you're trying to make it. If you're going for like optimizing health benefits, but it's social if you're optimizing for taste. That's the call that's being made here.
The mind plus social?
Wait, what are you cooking?
All right, so like I said before we left, as he was writing the note, just partially out of a deep sense of mourning and just kind of coping with some shit, I started kind of sweeping up the tavern, and then with some of our rations and what was not picked clean, I started cooking our like midday meal before we set back out again in the tavern.
Okay. I want to give you my mushrooms.
Okay, I'll include that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I guess I don't know. Do you want to roll something to see you or I guess you
Roll to
rolled
get
really
mushrooms.
you rolled really well on that, so I guess he can take that into account.
Yeah, I'll take that earlier roll into account.
Um so yeah, I don't really have like analogous skills. So I mean, but this is what I did for a large chunk of my life, so I'll re-roll that. Or do I have just advantage for being here?
Yeah, I'll let you reroll one time for free.
All right. I'm fine with the 9
Yeah,
and
it's
like help.
based on the like added mushrooms and stuff. It's the best meal you've had since probably like this is the first. I guess you would have gotten something in town that was probably a well cooked meal, but it's one of the few meals you've had since you left for the peak a few weeks back.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was some of yeah, some of the Ma's brandy is in the sauce when you cook it down. It is really nice.
By the way, are you gonna tell everyone that their families are okay, or you just keep it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
I,
I the yeah. Everyone, your families are okay. So look, I have a headache. It's
no,
hard to think right now.
it wasn't like that was a question on if you were gonna keep it to yourself or not as a character. Like,
No, if anything, I was like definitely like helping people, trying to also help people search for like anything like that letter as well.
yeah, none of
Honestly,
the
that
other
might
ones.
make sense in character. You just suddenly remember, oh yeah, your families are okay.
Llewellyn also has a headache.
It's from too much time as that damn dragonfly. You're stressing out your central nervous system being so many
Okay.
different animals.
Except for
No, there might be the dragonfly, but there's not too many different animals.
yeah,
Next time I'm probably just gonna have regular eyes if I do try to do that dragonfly thing again, or maybe just the wings.
I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that, Llewellyn.
dragonfly with real human eyes.
That is fucking horrible.
Is partially turning into an animal like that easier or harder than normal?
I don't
It-
want to think about it.
So that depends on the animal.
He
It all-
needs the chimera skill in order to
It,
start doing that.
It depends on if that exists as an animal, and I have now decided that it is canon that there are dragonflies with human eyes in this world. That is a
Also-
And
subset.
human teeth.
Oh my
But
god.
it's so everybody with animal magic has one form they're the most comfortable with, and with that one, it's very easy to partially transform into.
That
As
is,
Llewellyn's head just becomes a lion head as he's telling you this, and then goes back.
Ugh.
All right, our families are alive. Teddy got a note from a rock, and we ate food.
All right.
I got water.
Considering we have Nick feeling not great, how about we end here for the day? I feel like this is a good spot to end.
And then narratively, this is a pretty
yeah,
good spot to end.
we could end here, I guess.
All right. Let's
didn't
make a
feel
shit. So that
But
was
it's time to
5
sun, but-
rolls for your practices.
4.
4. Okay.
Because we already did the first one.
Or
Right.
is it 5?
Yeah, it's 5.
Because we on day 3 we stopped, so it would be 5.
All right.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.